injustice. I think of the gap between rich and poor. I think of it's unnecessary in this day and age.
Bob Geldof.
People without any money, anywhere to live, and things like that.
I think of Africa and just like poverty there, that sort of thing. You know,
it's an
like
automatic thing, isn't it?
Yeah, not having any food, not being able to harvest any food.
Small children in rags.
I think of people suffering, that sort of thing, and I think of the injustice that is happening, because I think poverty in this day and age should actually be a thing of the past.
I think about the word poverty, I'm thinking about things like people not being able to develop their mind as well as others. I'm thinking about people who don't have the same opportunities as others, so it's not necessarily just financial, but it could also be emotional and intellectual poverty as well.
I think there is, because there's more poverty over other countries than there is here, because you can get a lot of things for free here, like NHS.
I'm from India and I see a big difference. When you land in Heathrow, you don't see slums around you. When you land in Bombay, there's the biggest slums around, one of the biggest in Asia.
People see the poverty in other countries, like like India and Africa and stuff, but they don't necessarily see it here. You get a lot of poverty that's kind of hidden away that nobody knows about.
There is a difference, but that's an interesting point, because it's how people feel. That doesn't mean to say that poverty here isn't real in relative terms.
It's very difficult to define who actually might be, living below the breadline, because people these days seem so intent on keeping up appearances. I mean, you wouldn't actually believe that I'm living on the breadline, for example, at the moment.
The imbalance of the whole world, I think, really. The imbalance of the haves and the have-nots, the capitalist world we live in. It all adds to it. I suppose it's all part and parcel of it, isn't it, really? But it's just a very unfair world that causes it.
The economy, everything, the way it is, the government maybe, because there's no jobs.
I think, for one thing, they shouldn't have the children. The parents, they're the ones to blame. In all countries where they're overpopulated, they have one after the other, which is wrong.
If we think in Africa, again, it's no food, lack of accommodation, and basic hygiene standards missing from their lives.
Some people, lack of opportunity. Some people, it's just circumstances. They haven't grown up in a fortunate family. Others, lack of ambition. They don't want to go out and get a job.
It's funny, you'll find a lot of happiness amongst people who live in poverty, because they turn to God.
And when you look at all the wealth and the money in the world, there's enough of it to actually end poverty in the world, but it's not being distributed fairly.